Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm jumping onto the bandwagon. I can't help it. I'm going to be doing I tried to follow a blank makeup tutorial and I decided to follow a Dimma Umeh makeup tutorial. If you guys don't know who she is, she's like the best of the best, like the realest African YouTuber out there. She's amazing. She's been doing YouTube for a minute now. Like, I've been down with her channel since way back when, and even when she went like on a 1-year hiatus, I was still here waiting for her to come back, and you know, she did, and she came back in a major way. So I'm excited to be following one of her tutorials. I just want to let you guys know that I don't have a lot of the products that she has, so I won't be using the exact same products. If I happen to have a product that she uses, I'll use it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna improvise, because at the end of the day, I think the focus of this video is more about the technique that she's using, as opposed to the exact same product. So it's not necessary to go out and like buy a whole bunch of new products just to use for one video. With that being said, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get started.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be a quick get ready with me. I haven't done one of these in a while. So it's also going to feature like an outfit, so watch till the end to see what I'm going to end up wearing, irrespective of the fact that it's probably going to be on the thumbnail, but just watch till the end. So this video is also going to feature some products that I'm currently really loving. Some of them are products that you guys already know, but then quite a few of them are really new. So I'm going to go on ahead and film this tutorial. This is also going to be a one palette makeup look, and it's also a tutorial on the look that I had on in my I cut my hair video and my top 5 eyeshadow palette video. So I got a lot of requests for that look, so that is what I'm creating in this video. So I'm going to go on ahead and start.
Okay guys, so that was her intro, and as you guys heard, she is doing a one makeup palette tutorial. I don't have the palette that she's going to be using, so I'm just going to mix and match a couple of videos or tutorials, sorry, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
Okay guys, so I am starting out with my brows. I'm using this brow pencil by a Nigerian brand called Yanga Beauty. Finally giving it a try. It's the Revolution pencil. Every time I go on Instagram, somebody is using it and I really love it. It's a medium brown eyebrow pencil. It's one of those brow pencils that you cannot do too much with.
Okay, so I don't have a brow pencil. I don't like using brow pencils, but I'm just gonna use my usual brow product, which is, guys, please forgive me for how this looks, but this is the Wet n Wild brow palette in the shade Ash Brown. This is what I always use. I know it looks crusty right now, but it's a winner, so that's what I'm gonna go ahead and use.
Go on ahead and define my brows now. I'm using my MAC Studio Finish Concealer in NW40 as usual.
Okay, so she's using the MAC Studio Skin Finish Concealer. Again, I don't have that concealer, so I'm just gonna mix my LA Girl Pro concealers in the shade Toffee and Dark Cocoa, and use that. She's also using a angled brush, so I'm just going to clean mine off and use that. I never use an angled brush. I always use this slightly rounded brush, but we're doing exactly what she's doing, so we're going to go ahead and use an angled brush as well. Okay, so now if you guys watch Dimma's channel, you'll know that she does not apply concealer on top, which is something I tend to do a lot. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't, depending on how well groomed my brows are. But you know what, today we're doing what she's doing, so we're not doing concealer on top. We're just gonna clean up at the bottom.
So after this, I'm going to prime. This is my MAC Prep and Prime eyeshadow primer, and this eyeshadow primer is the truth. It helps my eyeshadow last all day, and I don't have any kind of creasing or whatsoever. Okay.
I also don't have the MAC Prep and Prime eyeshadow primer, so I'm just gonna go in with the LA Girl concealer. As usual, I use this all the time, and I'm gonna use that as my eyeshadow primer. Because this is a concealer, I am gonna set it. She doesn't set hers because obviously it is like an eyeshadow primer, so she doesn't have to set it, but I do have to set mine. So I'm setting it. And I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent powder to set it.
I'm going to go in with my Colourpop High Maintenance palette. This is what I'll be using for my eye look.
Okay, so she's using like a brownish color as her transition color, and I don't have that shadow, or maybe I do, but she doesn't name it, so I'm just taking it on face value. I'm gonna be using the shade Zulu from Julia's Place as my transition color.
I'm not going to be going outside of this palette. I love this palette so much. The brush that I'm using here is my MAC 224, but like I was saying, I love this palette so much. This is a base, by the way. You guys know I do this all the time, just to give my lid color something to stick to.
Okay, so she's using a NYX Jumbo pencil for her base. I don't have that shade. I have one of the NYX Jumbo pencils, but I have it in a very dark shade that just wouldn't go with this look. So my eyeshadow is just going to stick to my face. It's not gonna be anything else on my lid, so yeah, we're just gonna skip that.
So the lid color that I'll be using is in the palette, but then I'll be using my MAC 23. Oh my god, that hung. I'll be using my MAC 239 brush. I love this.
So for her lid color, she's using a very goldish shimmery color. I'm going to be using the Juvia's Place palette, and there are quite a few goldish shimmery colors, and the one that I'm going to pick up is the shade Dahlia. I think it's similar to that, to what she used, and so that's what I'm going to be using for my lid.
All the time, I don't reach outside of it. It has all the colors that you could possibly need to create an entire look. So going in with the darkest shade, it's like a very dark.
Going in with a darker brown color. I don't know if I have a shade similar to that. I'm gonna try using the shade Cocoa Blend. Beans Are White from the Zoeva Cocoa Blend palette. It's also quite dark, but it might be too dark. If it's too dark, then I'm going to go in with something different. So this is very dark. Okay, so I don't think this is the right shade. I'm going to switch it up and... Okay guys, so I quickly ran out and I got my Colourpop palette, and I'm picking up the shade Cloud 9. I think it's similar to what she's using, like a deep burgundy color. Now my one eye is darker than the other because I started using the wrong shade first, but we'll make it work. Okay guys, I don't think this is going how I wanted it to go, but we're gonna continue. So now she's setting her crease, her brow bone, and she's using a champagne-ish shimmery gold color as well for that. So I'm also going to do the same. I'm going to go back into the Juvia's Place palette for that. And then she's blending everything together. I never do a brow bone highlight, so this is different for me.
Once I'm done blending this out, I am going to go back in with this in gold and my Sigma E30, and I'm just going to pop this into my tear duct area just to open my...
Okay, so she's doing a tear duct highlight. Okay, so she's using the same color that she used on her brow bone to do her tear duct highlight. So I'm gonna do the same.
Lining my waterline using my MAC Fluid Line pencil in Black Brilliance as you...
Okay, so she's using a black pencil to line her waterline. I never line my waterline just because my eyes are so sensitive and I just don't like doing it because of that. So, but I'm gonna do it. Okay, and to do it, I'm gonna be using the Maybelline Colossal Kajal pencil. That's all I have.
And after doing this, I'm going to apply some mascara. This is my Pore Fully Charged mascara. Guys, I really love this mascara.
Okay, for my mascara, I'm going to be using my usual Benefit The Real mascara because that's all I have. Yeah. Okay, so she goes ahead to apply her eyelashes, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. But as usual, I'm going to be doing mine off camera. You guys know the deal with that. So I'll be back in a few with my lashes back on. Okay guys, so my lashes are on, just barely. Today is not a good lash day for me, so we're praying for them. Hopefully they'll stay on for the duration of this video. But back to what Dimma is doing.
Finding my face. This is Iileka's matte veil.
So she's using the Iileka matte veil. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Benefit Professional Matte Rescue Primer. So for her foundation, she's going in with the MAC Studio Fix foundation. I don't have that foundation. I do want to get it, so I'll probably get it this month or next month. So I'm gonna go in with my Kat Von D foundation. I think it's the most similar foundation that I have, and she's applying it with a brush, so I'm also gonna apply mine with a brush. So I'm using my Real Techniques buffing brush, and this is the Kat Von D foundation.
A little bit of foundation in that area not once in a while, all the time actually. This is Colourpop's No Filter Concealer. I don't know what in the white balance hell happened. You guys can see the difference between this clip and the previous clip.
Guys, this moment is exciting because the concealer she's using, I finally have something that she's using. It's the Colourpop No Filter Concealer. I have that same concealer. And she goes ahead and blends it out using a beauty blender.
I personally love it. I'm going to go ahead and contour and using my Fenty Beauty Match 6 in Espresso. It's a really nice dark brown cream contour.
So she's using a cream contour, the Fenty Beauty Sticks. I don't have those, so I'm going to go ahead and use a cream product as well, my NYX contour palette. And I'm going to use the darkest shade in that, and I'm going to do it the exact way she's doing it. She's blending it out with a beauty blender as well.
Products, so yeah, it's like in between my the two black up foundations, black opal foundations that I'm going to use to contour. So this brown is like in between the two, so I think it's perfect. I'm setting my image on the eye area. I'm using my Benai Banana powder.
Using her under eye area, and she's using the Ben Nye banana powder. Again, I don't have that powder, guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and set using the Anastasia Beverly Hills. What? No, the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. So her nose, she sets her nose with a small, like, fluffy brush instead of like with a instead of using a like a sponge. So I'm gonna do the same thing if I can find a small fluffy brush. This is not small, but it's all that I can find, so I'm gonna use that to set my nose.
Fluffy eyeshadow brush, setting my contour with my ABH contour powder in espresso.
So she set her contour with ABH powder. I don't have ABH powder, I have ABH cream, but I'm going to use the NYX contour palette, and I'm going to set my contour using that. Then she goes ahead and dusts off the remaining of the powder, and I'm going to do the same using this one.
This here, okay, let me tell you guys. Finally jumped on the Laura Mercier bandwagon. I really love it.
Now she's setting her entire face with the Laura Mercier deep powder. The one that I have is the translucent setting powder, so I'm not going to use that. I'm going to go into my Beauty Treats palette, and I'm going to use one of the darker, well, one of my face shade, and I'm going to use that to set my entire face. So she highlighted her face, and she used the Fenty Beauty matte sticks. Again, I don't have anything Fenty Beauty, but what I do have, which is pretty exciting for me, is the Jackie Aina Le Bronze glow powder. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that to for my highlights. And she only highlighted her cheek area, so that's all I'm gonna do as well. She's now going in with the MAC Raisin blush, which I do own if I can locate it. She's now going in and setting her highlight, but I didn't use a cream product, so I actually don't need to go in and set my highlight.
I am going to go ahead and apply a lip gloss. This is Yanga Beauty's lip gloss. This is a clear lip gloss in Claire. Funny enough, it's named Claire. Can you guys imagine? For those of you who are wondering, Yanga Beauty is actually one of those Nigerian brands that deliver outside of Nigeria. So they deliver to the UK and the US. So I'm going to leave a link for all of this in the description box.
So she uses a lip gloss. The cutest lip gloss I have at the moment is this one by Estee Lauder in the shade Dolce, and I'm gonna apply that as well.
Apply mascara to my bottom lashes just to finish everything up and make my eyes look a lot more open. I like the wand that this particular mascara comes with, just because it just gets right into.
She's applying mascara to her bottom lashes. I don't like applying mascara to my bottom lashes, but we're gonna try.
So I'm going to set now. I am going to set my entire face. I'm using Zyron's setting spray.
I'm gonna set my face, and I'm gonna use the NYX matte finishing spray. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. how do you guys think I did? I think it was so hard just because like I had to stop, start. I really like the eyes. My lashes are doing their own thing today, so we're gonna keep praying for them. I like the eyeshadow. It's looking a little bit dark on me because like you guys saw, I went in with that shade which I later figured out was the wrong, was too dark, and then I switched it up. But otherwise I am loving the look. A lot of the stuff she does is similar to what I do. So yeah, this was fun, you guys. Let me know how you think I did in the comments down below. Yeah guys, that's it for this video. If you're not subscribed yet, you know what to do. Click the red button, okay, and then you click the bell right next to it so you get notifications. Yeah, follow me on my social media, you guys. Let's interact, let's have fun, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Ciao.